Hey guys, it's your boy Sausage Fingers here, and as you can see, I'm hitting y'all with a 2022 beginner's guide to team building. I would have just said guide to team building, but let's be honest, if you played this game for more than a good couple weeks, then you probably should at least have a decent understanding on how to build a team. But if you don't know where, that's why I'm fucking here. So yeah, this was suggested by this guy, comment here, which by the way, dude, I want to ask, why me? Okay, because I remember going on YouTube, I'm like, oh, maybe there hasn't been a team building guide recently. No, there has at least one dude, D-Free, reliable dude. Go watch that video if you don't like mine. If you watch this and you're like, ew, this is ass, go watch his. He probably did it better. But yeah, I was like wondering why he asked me, because that comment was made after that video. But now I know why you asked me, because you trust me, and because you know I'll hit you with that 15 minutes or less video. Okay, 20 minutes, ain't no one got the time for 20 minutes. Alright, so I hit you with this shit short and sweet. So first off, before we go into team building, tags, very important. There's also episodes, but really the most relevant episode here is sagas from the movie. Every other one is kind of like, not even kinda, it's just fucking dead. But yeah, so you want to focus on tags. If you want to go for safe tags, and by that I mean the tag will constantly be getting updates, good or bad, like in terms of units, I can't control that. I didn't make this game. I'm just telling you that these teams really get buffed very often. Saiyans, obviously, this is a game about Dragon Ball. Of course, Saiyans are gonna be cutting. Of course, Saiyans, I'll be getting constant updates. Sorry if I fucking trip up on my words. I haven't slept in over 24 hours. But yeah, another safe tag, God Key. Okay, God Key. When they get buffed, it's good. You know what I'm saying? And another semi-safe one. I guess this one is semi-safe. Future generally, when they do get a new unit, they've always been good. It's hard, like, I can't remember the last time he had a bad Future unit. Well, actually, LF Perfect Cell, but he's more of an android. So yeah, if you want to talk about safe tags to summon on, if you don't know what to summon on, I would say Saiyans easily number 1, number 2 would be Gaki, and number 3 would be Future. If we want to talk about meta tags, since this is a PvP game and some tags will just be better than others, Saiyans, I guess you can say is a meta tag, because Saiyans get meta units, but most people don't run the same team, they run other teams that those Saiyans are on. So getting Gaki always fucking like gets a strong update. Future, they're meta relevant right now. Where else is it? Androids, the tag LF17 and 18, quite literally the best units in the game, undisputed. Yeah, they're really fucking good. And Lineage of Evil, although not ran as much, the team that they have is still pretty fucking good. So yeah, these are the meta tags. Always be aware that the meta will always change. That's why I said save tags to summon on, so you can always like at least have a decently powerful team. Or you can just summon on tags that you just like. Like for me, Fusion Warrior is my main team. That's why I summoned for it. Oops, there's a spoiler on the screen. Hey, fucking editing me, I hope you blurred this. Uh-oh, stinky. That's not supposed to be there. I forgot I changed it. There we go, I fixed it. Okay, that was supposed to be something you're supposed to see later in the video. But yeah, so Fusion Warrior is my main team, just know that. So now that we've got tags out of the way and what tags to summon for, and by the way, if you are gonna spend money in this game and you don't care, then spend money on whatever tags you want to spend money on, right? But I usually advise that you summon for 1 tag and then have 1 as a backup or 2 backup tags. But yeah, enough about the fucking tags. Let's say you've decided on the God Key. Okay, so now we get onto another important aspect of team building, elements. Generally, not even generally, just as just a fucking rule, always have 1 of each color. Okay, capiche? Good. So yeah, 1 of each color, so you can have 1 counter against another color in case one. I'm saying this so fucking weirdly. Let me just pull up a color graph of Dragon Ball Legends here. As I'm showing you, each color has a strength against something but has a weakness against another thing. That's why it's good to bring a full color wheel so you're always prepared. So red is strong against yellow but is weak against blue. Yellow is strong against purple but is weak against red. Purple is strong against green but is weak against yellow. Green is strong against blue, but is weak against purple, and blue is strong against red, but weak against green. You'll notice I skipped over the LGT. that just means light, and there's only really one unit that has that. And same thing with the color graph, it probably has dark on there. Then again, that's only a co-op / story mode thing. No unit in the game, well, no playable unit in the game has a dark element, and the only unit that has the light element is Shallot, and he hasn't gotten buffed in 2 years, so he's dead in the water. But yeah, let's build a team out of these colors. So Merge Zamasu, Evolution Vegeta, excuse me, that was nasty. Purple Goku and Vegeta, excuse me. Fucking LF Zamasu, that's not Zamasu. And Vegeta Blue. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey, Mr. Karate YT, we still got missing slots. I put 5 colors, we don't have a 6th. Okay, put a unit that just buffs strike and defense, strike and blast defense, or buffs strike and blast attack. So for example, this God Goku, this Blue-Ku, this Clap-Ku, as he's so dubbed by the community, buffs Tag Sand or God Ki strike and blast defense during battle. And by the way, when it says during battle, that doesn't mean you have to bring them to get that buff. It just means the units that are in battle will get these Z ability buffs, and that applies to every unit with a Z ability, because it just means, doesn't necessarily mean you have to bring them to get those buffs. It just means that the units in battle will get those buffs. So yeah, so you just put whatever unit buffs like everybody on the team's defenses or attacks. So now that we've gotten what tag to summon on and colors out of the way, let's talk about another important aspect of team building. Actually, hold on. Before we move on to the important aspect, sorry for teasing y'all there. There's tag units like these, like the Goku and Vegeta, LF17 and 18, and the Extreme Gohan and Trunks. These units are special because using their main ability doesn't give you like a blue card or an ultimate or whatever like that. Instead, it will make you swap to the second unit, the duo. That's why it's called Goku and Vegeta. It will make you swap to Vegeta if you press the main ability. This makes them change their own typing. Now, I don't remember what Vegeta swaps his typing to. Hopefully, editing me has me covered. You better put that shit up on the screen. If you don't, say I'm sorry right fucking now. But yeah, there's only 3 units in a game like that will switch their own color mid-battle. It is nice to know what color they swap to. I believe Vegeta is strong against yellows, but weak against greens. So yeah. Now that we've gone that out of the way, let's talk about a third important aspect in team building, the leader slot. As you can see, the Zamasu has something called leader next to him, and he has orange squares, unlike everybody else in the team that has green squares. So if we press on details, you'll see leader. Select the leader as a battle member, and this effect will activate, even if this character does not meet the necessary conditions. Zamasu is on the leader slot, and the Goku and Vegeta, at 5 stars, only buff tag Sun Family or tag Vegeta Clan. Everybody on this team, well except for the Vegeta Blue, meets this criteria, but let's ignore Vegeta Blue. So, Zamasu does not meet the requirements. Oh no, should I take Zamasu off? Don't take him off. You put them on the leader slot. The leader slot is very nice because it means you can put a unit. Let's say your team has good colors for every, like has good units for every color except for red. So you want to put on Fusion Zamasu, who's a good red, but he doesn't buff the team and he doesn't get buffed by the team. You put them on the leader slot. If you select that leader slot unit in battle, they will buff everybody on the team with their Z abilities, and in return, everybody will buff them with their Z ability. Meaning, if I choose Zamasu in a battle, he will gain this 26% to base strike and blast attack during battle. So, for example, let's say you decide to summon for a Saiyan team instead. So you do, let me put on Sparking, since let's be honest, let's start what I need. So you do Bardock. Oh, why are you doing Bardock? He fucking sucks. Purple Goku. This green Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who totally is the Dragon Fist one, just trust me. And this blue Namek Goku. Let's just throw you on the bench for no reason. So yeah, as you know, Merge Zamasu isn't a Saiyan. Everybody on this team is a Saiyan and they all buff Saiyans. But because Merge Zamasu is on the leader slot, if I were to pick him during battle, he will gain all of these buffs from these Saiyans, and in return, Zamasu, being the good guy like he is, will return those buffs. So yeah, it is. If you notice your team is lacking in a certain color, because like for example God Ki, they were lacking in a red for a long ass time because for some reason they just wouldn't drop a red unit for God Ki for the longest of time, so you'd have to pick a red from a different unit. So speaking of picking colors, in case your team is lacking in one color, my Fusion Warrior team, WowWee, green Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, a good green, Super Vegeta, a good purple, Ultra Gogeta, best fucking blue on Fusion, no doubt, and Majup is a pretty good yellow unit. You notice how I skipped over Red Gogeta? That's because he fucking sucks ass. But I didn't replace him because I didn't have a good red unit for a while until I got the tag 17 and 18. Now obviously these guys only buff androids and powerful opponent, but because I put him on the leader slot, I'm not going to say what I said because y'all already got this shit drilled in your head. So I now have a good red unit to make up for the fact that this team hasn't gotten buffed in a red unit in a long time. So if your team is lacking in a color, you can, and you notice that they drop a new powerful unit that is in that certain color, you can summon for said unit, put them on the leader slot of your team, boom, your team is now complete. Just remember, you must pick them to get the buffs and they can give out their buffs. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Fourth important thing, ultra units and their ultra ability. Now, as you can see here, it says if this character is the leader, applies the following effects to self when battle starts: 30% of damage inflicted, 30% of ki recovery. Obviously, you can see the issue, right? Oh, but I have 17, 18 in the leader slot because they're the only good reds. But then the Ultra Gogeta is again a full buff. Do not fret though. If the character is not in the leader slot, applies the following effects to self per tag Fusion Warrior battle / support member. Support meaning they're on the bench, means you didn't bring them into battle when battle starts. Plus 5% to damage inflicted up to and plus 5 to ki recovery up to 3 support members will be counted. That means 15% damage inflicted and ki recovery. It's half of this, but it's still good. And another ultra unit that has this, it's Ultra Kaioken Goku. He does the same thing. If he's in the leader slot, ki recovery and damage. If he's not per, I think, what is it, God Ki? I don't know, I don't have him. Per God Ki or maybe Rival Universe, or sorry, Universe's Survivor Saga, he'll give him 5% to those things. So yeah, only two ultra units have that, so that's not really a big dealio. And besides, a 15% buff is still good because Ultra Gogeta is one of the best units in the game. So yeah, we've covered tags and what to summon on. We've covered colors. We've covered how you should build your team around each color. And we've covered the leader slot. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, well, actually, important thing, equipment. Back in the day, right, and this was a very common misconception, people thought that if you put... Can you load up the equipment, please? Just give it a second. Oh. Editor, you mind cutting to the point where we... Oh, never mind, there's no point. Anyways, as you can see here, it says slot 1, base health, strike defense, blast defense. Slot 2, inflicted damage, strike attack, blast attack. And slot 3, I spent over 200 erasers on this. No, actually, I probably spent over 300 plus on this, and it still hasn't gotten to this third one. But yeah, common misconception against new players, and even at the beginning of the game, because people didn't really know all the shit yet. It was thought that if you had an equipment in slot 3, you would only be getting the slot 3 buffs, which means since this is in the third slot right here, because it's always by the big number 3, that would mean I would only be getting the revive distribution increases Dragon Balls by 2. This is false. You will receive the full buff of your equipment no matter which slot they're in. The slots here just mean that this is the first buff, this is the second buff you'll be getting, and this is the third one. It's just the order of when you're getting the buffs when you actually upgrade your equipment. It's not if you put it in that slot, you only receive those buffs. So yeah, don't worry about that. So let's see what I've missed. So we shut the fuck up, goddamn 17 and 18. So let's see. I've covered tags and which ones you should summon on and how they're important, because you know some will get stronger, some will just get weaker over time. Cough, cough. Some tags just haven't gotten buffed in fucking forever. Jesus Christ, Dragon Ball Saga. So yeah, we've covered tags. We've covered colors. We've covered color swapping units, of which there's only 3 of right now. 8, 17, 18 being the second one to be ever released. We've covered leader slot, which is another important thing. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. And this video is how long? 15 minutes or less, I think. Let's go check. 16. Fuck.